Why would I call someone back who has worked with me 5 years ago and they need to activate their income? Okay, why would I service them? Hi there, I'm John Stevenson, the Guaranteed Retirement Guy, and I'm going to give you 5 signs that your annuity advisor is probably steering you the wrong direction. So, let's talk about them. The first one, and I think one of the most important, is they won't tell you their commissions. Or they get really shaky and really nervous when you ask them. They try to change the subject. They really don't think it's that important to tell you. And in my opinion, it's very important. If you're a true fiduciary for your client, then you should be willing to tell them anything and everything.
Wow, a whole drawer just for me. Mind if I take a look?
Sure line.
Okay, so if you're asking a question, you should get an answer to it. So if you ask me how much I'm making on whatever annuity I'm trying to sell you, I will tell you. Okay? I'm not going to beat around the bush. And I'll also tell you if I'm making less versus another annuity I could offer you, or more, right? Maybe I'm making more than another annuity. So there's no reason to justify selling you an annuity just because I'm getting a higher commission off of it, right? But a lot of advisors, unfortunately, will do that. So rule number 2, or I would say the second sign, bad sign, that you're working with a wrong advisor. And that would be they are only showing you 1 or 2 annuities. This is very common. I have a lot of people who reach out to me because of this very reason. Their advisor is showing them an annuity, maybe 2, but usually it's just 1. And it's a great annuity. But there are other annuities out there that are better for that client. And that advisor is not showing it to them, either 1, because he can't, he's captive, and he only can represent that company. Maybe his higher up, his employer, will not allow him to sell anything else. Okay, that is the case for many captive agents. Even if they're with an independent brokerage, a lot of times that independent broker has incentives set in place with these carriers where they make a lot more money if they can get their agents to sell more of that one product. Okay, not a great thing for the client, but awesome for the brokerage. They make a ton of money from it. So if they're only showing you 1 or 2 annuities, that's a bad sign. Okay, definitely should steer clear from someone who is only willing to do that. Okay, so sign number 3. It's a bad sign if they are working part-time, okay? If this person is just selling annuities or life insurance on the side to make some extra money, maybe you should steer clear, okay? You've been saving your money for 30 years, okay? Maybe you have 500 grand, $1 million, or 5 million or more. You want to work with someone who's a professional. And in my opinion, the only way to be a professional, a true professional, is if you do it full time. If it's what you live, what you breathe, what you think, okay? I'm lying in bed at night, and if I'm not selling annuities, I'm thinking about them, or I'm dreaming about them. It's something that I think about all the time. And when I am not talking with my clients, I'm thinking about them, especially if I had a conversation with someone earlier in the day and I know that they were being pitched something that wasn't good for them, and it doesn't sit right with me. And so I think about them often, especially if they don't take my advice, because a lot of times if they're with an advisor for a long, long time, they're like, hey, John, I like you. I really do.
You got some good options. I appreciate you showing them to me. And my agent certainly was not willing to do that. But you know what? I've been with them for so long. I'm just going to stick with them because, I'm loyal.
Unfortunately, they're not getting the same loyalty back from their advisor. Sign number 4 that you're working with a bad annuity advisor. They don't answer the phone, or they don't call you back. And I say don't call you back because a lot of times I don't answer my phone, all right? And so I do that because I am usually in a meeting with someone, so I can't answer the phone. I'm in the meeting with someone. So I just, fair warning, you call me up, you probably will go to voicemail because I'm usually working with someone. I'm not usually twiddling my thumbs. And so because of that, I'm going to call you back. Okay. I usually call back the same day, but if it's a weekend, I won't. Or if I happen to be vacationing, or if I happen to be on a backpacking trip with my kids, and I have no service, I probably won't call you back. But I will call you back right when I get the message, okay? A true professional is someone who reaches out, who can be reached, and will take care of you. And I think that's very, very important. In fact, let me add in here a little plug. Also someone who will answer their phone after the sale. Someone who will call you back after they made their commission. Who's willing to do that? Guess what? There are many, many reputable advisors out there who unfortunately will not call you back because guess what? They're not going to make any extra commission. If they call you back and service the same policy, they usually get their commission up front. So what is my incentive? Why would I call you back? I'm already working with new clients and I'm selling them and I'm getting commissions based off that. Why would I call someone back who has worked with me 5 years ago and they need to activate their income? Okay, why would I service them? Well, guess what? It's called customer service, and the better customer service you give, you're going to get referrals, right? I know I'm going to get referrals from them, and I do get referrals from people when I take good care of them. So yeah, I'm not going to make any more money, at least directly, but usually indirectly, when you service people well, they know they can trust you. And if they can trust you, well, they can trust you with their family and friends. And trust, well, that's hard to come by these days. All right, so sign number 5. They're unwilling or unable to give you a customized income plan. What do I mean by that? Well, maybe they're just selling you an annuity just to sell you an annuity. But there should be some type of plan. Is it going to fill a need? Are they looking at your Social Security and your other pensions and saying, all right, well, you've got 50 grand coming in from these and you said you need 80. So let's solve for another $30,000, right? So that's a customized plan.
But what if you're like, well, yeah, but what about inflation? Okay, inflation's going up 2% a year, or 3 or 4 or whatever. I want to prepare for that. Well, how do I do that? Well,
obviously, if you've got Social Security, they rise with inflation. Usually, they'll give you a COLA every year. And if you're lucky, you have a pension that also rises with inflation. So those are both rising. But if you buy an annuity that has a level payment, the income's great, the ROI is great. But over time, maybe that amount of income that's coming in from that is going to, well, depreciate a little bit because of inflation. It's not going down, but you can buy less with it later on. And so you need to create a plan for that. And usually when you're looking at numbers and you're calculating the inflation out for so many years, there's a certain point where you get an income gap again, and you need usually a second or third annuity to bridge that gap. Unless, of course, you've got money that's in the market and that's growing and you plan to use that for the extra income later on, or maybe purchasing another annuity later on. There's other ways to take care of that. But you should have an advisor that has the tools. I do. Okay. Who has the software? I do. For putting together a customized plan for you so that you go into it eyes wide open. You know exactly what you need, what you want, what the inflation will be, and also what plan is put in place to absolutely make sure that that's taken care of. All right, so these are the 5 signs that you're working with a bad advisor. Sorry, bad advisors that are watching this. If you're upset with this, you should be, and you should mend your ways. So again, let's recap that one more time. Number 1, they won't tell you their commissions. They don't want you to know how much they're making, and if they're making more based off of an annuity that they shouldn't be selling you. Number 2, they're only showing you 1 or 2 annuities, but not more than that. Ooh, that's a bad sign. Okay. Number 3, they're part-timers. Okay, they only work 3 or 4 hours a week, and then the rest of the time they got their other job, and they can make a little extra commission on the side. Don't work with someone who's part-time. That's just a given. Okay, number 4, they won't answer their phone, or they won't call you back. And I would say the most important one is they won't call you back, because people are busy, they are in appointments, and if they're, sometimes I will answer the phone on the first ring, but most of the time I am in a meeting. Okay, I'm in a meeting, I'm in a call, or I'm in the middle of a project and I can't answer. Okay, but I will call you back. All right. Number 5, they won't offer, or they cannot offer, a customized income plan. All right. Those are the 5. Look for those signs. And if you are seeing any of those, you're experiencing any of those with an advisor right now, give me a call. Okay. Happy to chat with you. There is a link below this video. We'll look at all of the annuities available. I'll answer all your questions. And if you ask all those questions, I will be able to give you some good answers, and they'll be truthful. Okay. So truth is important. Honesty is important. And it's good to know that you're working with someone who's transparent, and that's me. So again, there is a link below this video. It goes directly to my calendar. If you want to chat and you're thinking about purchasing an annuity and you're looking for the best income for yourself, you're looking for the best growth, and you're looking for the best partner, someone who you feel comfortable calling, and also someone who you feel comfortable calling you, and also your spouse, especially if you pass away, right? Think about that. That's me. I'd love to work with you. Anyways, I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time. Hey there. Thanks for watching. I know annuities can be sometimes complex or sometimes difficult to understand. Sometimes the words I use are a little big as well. So if you got comments, questions, please put them in the comments below the video, and I'll answer them the best I can.